After being evicted from her apartment without a place to stay, 55-year-old Deborah Brenner gets a new lease on life when she moves into a duplex in Grand Island, New York.
To be homeless was awful. I lived in a hotel with the thruway right next to me. My first night here was the best feeling in the world. I just wanted peace and quiet.
The only possible drawback to her new home is the tenants in the unit next door, a man and woman in their 60s.
I had been fair warned by the landlords. The tenants next door wanted, quote unquote, their peace and quiet. I was like, oh, cool, you know? Obviously, I wasn't expecting what I've been going through.
But a month after moving in, the warning comes true when she and her neighbors begin to argue over the placement of their shared garbage bins.
They're not going on the side of the house, that's it.
That's what I've asked for.
No, I said no, they're not.
I've asked for a reasonable accommodation.
Deborah suffers from a bad knee and claims she has fallen taking the garbage out. She asks the neighbor to put them in a more accessible place for her.
It's hard for me to get to the garbage cans because I have to walk through the very uneven grass.
You are not handicapped enough to not do that. Bye. Go in the house where you belong.
I wasn't expecting any of this. The level of what they've taken it to.
A few days later, Deborah finds herself as the target of her neighbor's ire once again.
You're too fit. You're too fit. That's what you are.
Who cares if I'm
I
fat?
don't care what size you are or what. Go into rehab or handicap.
Frustrated, Deborah stands her ground, and the intense back and forth escalates.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. That's why I fell that day. If you really need to know.
Did not vote for that.
That disease has nothing to do with walking
You're not
on the grass.
except you're a psycho bitch.
I'm not steady on my feet.
Things got very, very heated. I knew it was gonna go way south. I did not know how south it was gonna go.
Stop calling me a
It's not your business.
At that point, I kept thinking, this is all over garbage cans. How crazy is all this?
I dare
I dare you.
I dare you.
Don't touch the bitch.
I would never hit you in the first place.
She's a piece of Are you that psycho bitch? Record it all, bitch.
Deborah says she won't be cowed by insults and insists her request is reasonable.
Don't touch the garbage cans.
I'm not gonna smell your garbage in my living room window.
Well, too bad.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, you wait and see what happens.
After the verbal mudslinging, Deborah and her neighbors go back inside. In the weeks after, Deborah claims they still refuse to move the garbage, making things extremely difficult.
I'm like a turtle that doesn't want to come out of my shell. It's not the best living arrangement at all.
And while this neighborly headache is not something Deborah anticipated when she found her dream home, she finds a silver lining in this trashy ordeal when she signs a lease to a new place.
What do I long for in my new neighborhood? Neighbors that actually like to hang out with each other. I long to have, hey, can you come help me? You know, can you send one of your kids over? Or, you know, I need somebody to help me with the shoveling. Can somebody come help me?
I dare
I
you.
dare you.
I dare
Don't
you.
touch the bitch.
I would never hit you in the first place.
You did it.
Kids riding bikes is a common sight in the neighborhood. From hesitant first wobbles to confident displays of skill.
You don't think he's gonna make it? Oh, he didn't. Oh, and that very hurt.
In a family neighborhood of Santa Ana, California, a 12-year-old child has a camera attached to him as he pedals down the street. But on the footpath is a neighbor who lives a few doors away, and she is on the warpath.
And that one too. Get the hell off the sidewalk now.
Excuse me?
Get off the sidewalk.
Please don't touch me. Why'd you just hit me?
The boy claims that as the neighbor pushes him off the sidewalk, she slaps him in the back. But instead of apologizing, the neighbor threatens him.
Want me to hit you again? You tried to run
Mom!
on the sidewalk.
Mom!
Hey, come on out, Mom. Hey, Mom.
She just hit me!
The boy's mother, who has had run-ins with his neighbor before, appears, and she is not liking what she's hearing.
You hit my child?
Yes, she did. Yes, she just did.
He tried to run us down on the sidewalk
I did not.
and lied to us.
I have a video.
It's a great
thing that there's a camera strapped to his chest.
The news that the boy is recording the incident seems to incite this self-proclaimed home association board member even more.
Good. Come on, boy. Just get it on. Let me
Get
see
away
it.
from me.
Come on.
Get away
Come
from
on.
me.
Come on.
He touches me.
And bizarrely, the neighbor starts yelling for the cops.
Police. We're here on the police.
You need
Go
to
get him.
go away. This is crazy.
Shame on
Numerous
both of you.
videos.
And shame on Dad.
Hearing the commotion, the child's father comes to investigate.
Absolute. He's got the whole thing on camera.
With the board member.
I have it on camera. I did not.
No.
Yelling at him. Like it be on the You touched my child and then calling the cops.
After the family show the video footage to the police, the neighbor is arrested and charged with assault. She is ordered to take anger management classes and write an apology note, which the mother says she is still waiting for. When the mom investigates, it turns out that the neighbor is not even on the HOA board. So according to mom, this neighbor is full of hot air.
Why'd you just hit me?
As we've learned on Neighborhood Wars, neighbors and campsites don't always get along.
We were
This is our campsite.
We were told that we can get to the river from here.
The Raider!
And on a campsite in Greens Lake, Australia, a fight has erupted because the neighbor in the blue top is angry that the man filming has got his vehicle stuck in the mud.
You gonna get a shovel and clean all this up again?
Not with that attitude, I'm not.
You want a bet?
The neighbor in the hoodie just tried to park his RV in an open spot, not realizing the ground is soggy. Now, his new neighbor is furious that he's churning up the field with his spinning wheels.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing? You got a golf club? Look at ya.
What are you doing down here in the wet?
Mate, I'm trying to get to a camping spot.
There's no camping spots down here in the wet.
Oh, how was I meant to know that?
Well, I don't know. You look like a wet.
Oh, compliments. Cheers, brother.
Call me
Brother.
After initially keeping calm, the man recording is starting to lose his cool.
Get back in your van and off your for a break your hip.
Yeah, try it.
Go on.
Try
Take your golf club, stick it up your with something stuff it.
Try it.
Yeah, off.
The unhappy camper retreats as the younger neighbor sees the funny side of the situation.
Let's go. Damn young kids.
30 minutes later, a friend arrives to tow the man recording away, and he escapes without getting bogged down in any further trouble.
Call me
Brother.
In a quiet suburb of Portland, Oregon, Kelsey Smith lives with her architect husband Justin and their 2 children, 10-year-old Taryn, who has cerebral palsy, 7-year-old Elias, and their 2 dogs.
I'm definitely a mama bear type. I like to make sure that my people are taken care of. Our neighborhood is a great neighborhood. I have great neighbors. Everybody takes care of their houses.
Until one afternoon, when the kids are at school, Kelsey hears the family chihuahua barking from her son's bedroom.
I was just sitting out on the porch, enjoying the sunshine and chatting with my friend on the phone. My chihuahua will not leave me alone. She's barking incessantly, and I just can't figure out what's going on with her.
Kelsey's son's disabilities mean that he needs to be monitored at night, so there's a camera in his bedroom. Now, this camera records the dog desperately alerting Kelsey to something strange on the bed.
She seemed to be leading me into the children's room. So I finally follow her in there, and I see Riley, the lab, and she's standing in the middle of a bunch of clean laundry that I had piled onto the bed, looking straight down.
What is your problem?
So I sort of walked closer. Suddenly I realized that there's a body in the bed.
Stunned, Kelsey initially believes it's her husband Justin playing a prank.
Oh my God, Justin.
But that made absolutely no sense at all because it's the middle of the workday and he's out in his studio. The point where I realized it wasn't my husband was when I saw the dirty foot sticking out of the bed, and my heart jumped directly into my throat, and I thought, oh my God, who is in my bed? The possibilities that were going through my mind were horrifying. That was the point where I realized I was in trouble.
You need to go. Just get it. Go.
She hops off the bed, screaming profanities at me, yelling at me, threatening me, and she picks up the ottoman, rushes through the doorway, throws the ottoman at me.
Kelsey claims the footstool hits her in the upper legs as she struggles to get the woman out of her home.
I just stood my ground and guided her out the door with my dog trailing after her, making sure she goes.
Later, the police apprehend the pantless woman, trying to break into another home in the neighborhood. And when Kelsey looks back at the security camera footage, she solves the mystery.
I had left the door open, and clearly she was going from house to house checking doors, and mine was open.
The intruder is charged with harassment and burglary, but later, the charges are dropped. But from now on, Kelsey is not taking any chances.
I've looked into deeper security for the windows, for the door. I sympathize with the homeless people in my neighborhood, but in retrospect, it completely freaks me out that this woman was in my house.
When neighbors share elevators in apartment buildings, this can lead to stony silences, full-blown arguments.
She won't get off of the elevator.
And you just pushed me.
Yes, I surely did.
Or, if it gets stuck, scary moments.
A little freaked out, to be completely honest.
In a modern apartment building in London, England, the neighbor in the pink top is using a key to prevent the elevator from moving. But a contractor, William Santos, who is tiling a bathroom on the 5th floor, wants to use it to bring more tiles up.
Excuse me, lady. I need to what? Excuse me. I don't want to push you.
You push me.
I don't want to push you. Please do.
After 10 minutes of waiting for the elevator, William comes to the 2nd floor to investigate the holdup. He claims the neighbor told him he has no right to use the elevator, but it's the only one in the building.
Excuse me.
You touch me.
Can you excuse me? Please, can you excuse me? I need to use the lift. Excuse me. Excuse me, I need...
As William tries to grab the elevator key, the woman pushes back and lets out a blood-curdling scream.
Help! Help! Help!
And keeps screaming.
Help! Help! Help!
Could you please...
I need to get the police.
Please do it.
My emergency is I'm trapped in a lift with a man who won't let me get out, who is a contractor here. And can someone please come?
The neighbor claims that she is imprisoned, even though the elevator door is wide open.
He's attacked me in the lift.
When you say attacked you, what did he do?
He pushed me, so my head went back and hit the wall.
Do you need an ambulance?
I don't need an ambulance, no.
At this point, the contractor stops recording. When the police arrive and they look at the video, they decide no charges should be filed. Later, the building's management company confirms that individual neighbors should not have a key to the elevator. William finishes the work in the bathroom and is no longer hampered by this obstructive neighbor and her elevator pitch-perfect screams.
Help! Help! Help!
Buckeye, Arizona is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. But for 49-year-old mom, Liz Barup, more people doesn't mean it's any less friendly.
My neighbors are wonderful. In passing, it's always hello, goodbye, good morning, good night. If my kids are outside, they got an eye on them.
Liz lives with her 19-year-old son and 16-year-old daughter. And one day, something worrying happens to her daughter.
My daughter came home one evening about 7 o'clock. She ran in and said that a man had followed her home from the park. I checked the camera, and sure enough, there's a guy on a bike. I ran outside to see if I could see him, and he was gone by the time I got outside.
Liz has never seen the guy before in the neighborhood.
The man is about 35 years old. He's probably about 5'9", 200 pounds, tattoos.
But ultimately, she decides not to call the police.
I just thought that when she was in the house, she was safe and sound, and we were in for the night. The doors were locked, and I didn't think anything of it past that point.
At 1:30 at night, as the family sleeps, a man who resembles the one from earlier appears on their doorstep. But the doorbell cam doesn't alert Liz because her phone is on silent.
When we went to sleep that night, we felt totally safe in our house.
The family has no clue they are in danger.
I fell asleep. I didn't hear any noises going on.
As the intruder looks around for a front door key, the family is unaware of the peril they face. The stranger appears to leave, but he walks around the side of the house and finds the son's bedroom window open. Shockingly, he climbs inside.
My son was asleep, and he felt somebody standing over him, staring at him, and he realizes that it's a stranger and had no idea who this man was. And he kind of jumps up. My son tells the man, "They're all waking up. They're all going to get you. You better leave now." And he went out through the same window he came in through.
In a state of fear, Liz calls the police.
911, where's your emergency? And this is some guy that broke into our house and he took off.
And what's more, she realizes the identity of the intruder.
And it looked like some guy that had been riding on his bike and looked at my daughter earlier. So you didn't recognize this person? No, we had never seen him before today.
After the police watch the video, they identify the stranger as 34-year-old Jacob Ramirez and arrest him a few streets away near his home. In addition, the police have disturbing news for Liz.
When they told me that he was a registered sex offender, my heart stopped because I think back to my daughter letting me know that he followed her home, and I didn't do anything about it earlier in the day.
Ramirez takes a plea bargain. He is convicted of criminal trespassing and sentenced to 20 months in prison.
It was a terrible nightmare, like a scary movie that I lived.
Thankfully, the man and his family have now moved out of the neighborhood. Liz's son and daughter have recovered after their ordeal, and the family feels well supported.
My neighbors are awesome. They were just as mad and as upset as we were, and it brought a community together.
After living in the same Jersey neighborhood for 3 decades, 63-year-old psychologist Lorraine Valenti dreams of a new life in the country.
My goal had always been, when my daughter went off to college, that I was always going to sell the house. I always wanted to live on a farm.
So, Lorraine buys a 64-acre homestead in rural Kentucky after the 96-year-old owner passes away. She lives there alone with her roosters and cats.
I wanted the peace and quiet and solitude of living in a rural area. It's no longer a dream. It's turned into a bit of a nightmare.
The problems start with the neighbors who own the 100-acre property next to Lorraine's.
My neighbors, male and female, blondes, they're married. They've got children and grandchildren. I think they're both in their late 50s.
The neighbors claim to have an agreement with the previous owner that a 1.6-acre parcel of land near Lorraine's house belongs to them.
So my introduction to my neighbor was him showing me where he told me my property began. And that was false.
A few months later, Lorraine finds her neighbor's wife on the disputed piece of land.
Right now, you're trespassing my property.
Until a judge tells me that I am not on that property that I have used for 40 years I'm on. And I advise you to not come any closer.
Despite the warning, Lorraine decides to confront her neighbor face to face.
Even though, I'm a nice, sweet woman, I'm Italian. And we're fiery.
Not only is the neighbor on what Lorraine claims is her property, she is putting up her own no trespassing signs.
When a legal representative tells me... That sign's coming down. And I spoke with the sheriff, by the way, and he said anything you place on my property now is mine.
Do you know that in 60 years of my family living here, we've never had anything, any kind of issue?
I don't really care.
No, you don't.
I'm new here.
That's the problem.
This is my property.
No, you don't tell me what I know.
Right now, you are trespassing
Let me tell you
property.
to get off my property.
As the neighbors refuse to back down, the situation escalates.
I understand.
The adrenaline is flowing, and I'm angry. I'm pissed off.
Don't tell me what I know.
I don't back down to bullies.
You're gonna get out of my face.
Right, listen, until a judge tells me that one is mine.
Get the out of my face.
See, this is my property. You are a liar. Your husband is a liar. You thought when he was dead that you could get away with the deception. And any agreement that you had with him died with him.
The confrontation ends when the neighbor leaves. But 2 days later, Lorraine finds her neighbor's husband by the gate that marks the entrance to the contested land. He is wearing a ski mask and carrying what appears to be a gun.
This is my neighbor. He just took his equipment and knocked down my brand new gate.
I believe that they feel entitled to my property. They were going to show me that they were the boss and they were going to get rid of my gate.
Despite reporting the incident to the police, no charges are filed. And from that day on, Lorraine alleges her neighbors wage a war of intimidation against her.
Guess who's photographing my property again? Now she sees that I'm photographing her. There she goes.
She claims they drive past her home, honking their horn and hurling insults.
I do not feel safe here.
And shockingly, Lorraine finds what appear to be bullet holes on her no trespassing signs. And she suspects her neighbors are the culprits.
I was angry. I was frustrated. What am I going to do?
For 3 years, this conflict continues, and Lorraine is so upset by her neighbor's behavior, she takes them to court for trespassing, stalking, and harassment. But to her dismay, the judge dismisses the case for lack of evidence.
He did not address the trespassing. He did not address the harassment. No, I was not granted a restraining order.
However, when Lorraine commissions a survey, she claims this proves the contentious land is part of her property after all. So now she has a plan.
That 1.67 acres across the street, I have listed for sale.
While her relationship with her neighbors is still poor, Lorraine is not giving up on her country dream.
I believe that my neighbors would like to believe that they're going to get the better of me. Are they trying to scare me into just picking up and leaving? Well, I'll tell you that will never happen.